Hi there, my name is Amber Horsley, and it's my distinct privilege to share how amazing our God is with you. So recently, for the first time in my life, went on a solo vacation. I went for continuing education, and so I went up to Niagara Falls, which was which was wonderful. It was beautiful, um, which was wonderful. It was beautiful, and I just saw God's fingerprints over all the trip in all the good and the beauty, and it also the funny or the crazy, which we'll get to. So first off, um, I almost didn't make my flight, and that was self-inflicted because I didn't do my due diligence and make sure I went to the right parking lot. So where we live, what we've heard from many people is that when you fly in and out of Chicago, it's actually better to park in Rockford, Illinois, and take a shuttle in to Chicago. So then cheaper parking and just less stressful and all the things. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. So I did. And it would have been great if I went to the right bus station. But so I chose a 5:50 a.m. bus departure, and I diligently showed up at 5:50, and so I was like, "Oh, this is good and it's great." And I'm sitting, and we're just keep going, and we have a couple stops. I'm like, "Okay, I don't remember there being stops, but whatever." And I start looking at the clock, and I'm like, "Interesting." And so I start talking to the bus driver, and he's like, "Oh no, oh, so my departure and my bus trip was supposed to be 5:50 a.m. departure, arriving at the airport at 7:15. For my 8:33 flight, I was like, perfect, no issues. I will have plenty of time. So no, the bus I was on was going to arrive at the airport at 8 o'clock a.m. for my 8:33 departure. That's not gonna work. So I'm already telling my husband, like, I'm gonna miss my flight. Like, I already know it. Like, I'm at peace as much as I can be. That's like, it's kind of self-inflicted. So I can't be too upset. And so, but by golly, I'm going to do the best I can to try to get on that flight. And so that bus stopped at 8:08 and I was off. And I was legit running through this airport to security. And literally, thanks be to God, there were only a couple people in the line through this certain gate, that security checkpoint that I went to. Went in there, went through, and my gate was just on the other side. So I ran to my gate and I got through from the parking lot to my gate in 10 minutes. Maybe it was 15, but 10 or 15 minutes. What? The Chicago airport? There's no way. There's no way that I could have done that on my own. Like, very much God ordained that whole thing. Because I was running up there, and of course, the agents are like, "Oh, Miss Horsley?" Yep, that's me. And so I like book it in there, and I go in, and I just sit, and I'm like, oh, like I knew that God allowed me to be on that flight. God's mercy and just how good He is. But that made the rest of the day that much better. So the whole reason I want to get to Niagara Falls early was in case there were any flight issues, like there almost was. But then also because I want to go hiking and I wanted just to explore and just be in Niagara Falls because I just love hiking, love just being God's creation. And so as soon as I touched down, I got my Turo and I was off. And the whole rest of the time, I was hiking. From the time that my wheels stopped, I was out and I was hiking and exploring God's creation. And it was stunning, absolutely stunning. Like Niagara Falls itself was incredible. It was incredible. But honestly, my favorite part was Whirlpool State Park, which was just a little bit down the road. That's why I always love talking to locals because one of the other nature conservations there, I kind of just asked him, like, what's the best hiking trail? And he was like, what you want to do? You want to get back in your car? You want to drive to Whirlpool and hike at Whirlpool? And that's what I did. And I'm so glad I asked him because it was perfect, perfect. And the water was insanely blue and just, it was gorgeous. And all I could think of after every turn, every bend, every just breathtaking view was God is good. God is good. And I saw his fingerprints everywhere. And it just made it that much more potent of its beauty. And the fact that I shouldn't have been there. I should not have made my flight. I should not be there then. Because the next flight, I wouldn't have gotten there until it was dark. So it's just like, God is good. God is good. And God also protected me from a little sweet Airbnb. I love Airbnbs. Like I'm with someone where I want to stay in their local areas, things like that. Realized I probably need to do more of my due diligence on researching neighborhoods before I just plot myself at a random Airbnb in a random neighborhood that, oh, I don't know, my neighbor had broken out windows and it was quite sketchy. And my refrigerator sounded like someone was breathing, like, and the doors were super flimsy and all the things. And so, needless to say, I did not sleep very well the first couple nights. And I definitely modeled or did what I always tell my kids about is every night praying like, Lord, protect me. Lord, be with me. Like, Lord, just wrap me in your arms. I need your comfort and protection. And so it was beautiful because A, he protected me and he was there the whole time. And I felt God. I needed him. And B, also because when I went home later, I told my daughter about it. I'm like, hey, baby, remember what I tell you to do? Remember I tell you when you're scared to pray to God? Mommy did it. Mommy did lots of it when I was at that Airbnb. So, you know, practicing what we preach, baby. Like, practice what we preach and we put our trust and do your research on neighborhoods so you don't end up like me.